Hairy-nosed otter was once thought to have been extinct, but they are now found in Cambodia. Joining us today in VOA Studio 55 to talk about this discovery and the work that are being done to protect them is John Martin of Conserving International. Welcome to VOA, John.
Thank you for having me.
Well, before we start, let's take a look at the video that you and your team at CI has put together.
We've been monitoring the hairy-nosed otters with camera traps since about 2006. It's the apex predator in the Tonle Sap, which means that they maintain healthy fish populations because it eats the sick fish. So if you lose the otters, it can really compromise the quality of the fishery for people.
Wow, quite a video. John, what are the challenges in your work to protect the hairy-nosed otters in Cambodia?
Well, the hairy-nosed otter, which is the rarest otter in the world, there are 5 species across Southeast Asia. This one in particular is very elusive, meaning that it's very hard to see in the wild. So first of all, trying to get an assessment of the population requires a lot of monitoring with camera traps, because once people try to approach it, it hides, it tries to swim away, and also it's being impacted heavily by hunting and poaching because of its fur and also for meat. So it's a species that is currently endangered by, according to the red list of threatened species by the IUCN. But we're doing a lot of work in the Tonle Sap to try to monitor the population and hopefully try to bring it back to its level from endangered to a better status in the wild.
As I understand, the one that's in captivity is the only one in Cambodia. Is there an estimate of how many are there in Cambodia?
Yeah, in fact, I believe it's the only one in captivity anywhere in the world, and it happens to be in Cambodia. This one is one male individual, is named Persat, after Persat province. And the estimates right now of its population in the wild are hard to find. Thanks to the camera trap, we're trying to get numbers, but I believe the estimates are around 86 animals in the wild across Southeast Asia, across the region.
Right, not just Cambodia.
Not just Cambodia, right.
Right. That's hard to, keep track. Now, in the video, I also see that you have done, or CI has done a lot of educational workshops for the villagers around Tonle Sap to educate people about the importance of the otters. How do you think the local authority or the Cambodian authority in general respond to your efforts?
Yeah, it's always a challenge, of course. We really want to create awareness and educate people, and educating the government is essential so that they understand the benefits that a species such as this hairy-nosed otter can contribute to the community, to the lake as well. So in working with the local governments, we also work with local park rangers or police rangers to help enforce the law around the lake, because hunting and poaching of the animals still takes place, unfortunately, but without proper law enforcement and without proper education by the government, we really can't win the battle. So it's really good for us to have this close relationship with the local government and understanding, to have their buy-in to help protect this very unique species for the region and for Cambodia.
Wow, great. Thanks for your efforts and for CI's efforts. Any last words that you would like to share with our audience?
Yeah, well, for me, it was really interesting. I went very early in the morning with Mao, who you see in the video. He's one of the villagers from Akol, who's doing some of the monitoring and setting up camera traps. And we would go very early in the morning and find certain trees where we would see that the tree had been scratched by otters. So we knew that they would live in the area, and that's where you want to set the camera trap. And sure enough, after coming back and retrieving the camera, we found images and footage of the presence of the animal. So even though we didn't get to see it personally in the wild, we knew that it was definitely present and living there. So that was very rewarding in that sense. And it was great also to see that the local people are very interested in its protection, and they care for it a lot more than before.
If people want to see more videos of your work, where can they go?
Well, they can visit our website at conservation.org. And there you will have not only our videos on Cambodia and other regions in the world, but a lot of really good information that explains the projects and the work that we do on the ground for conservation of nature, but most importantly, for people's livelihoods. So conservation.org is our website.
Thank you so much for your time, John.
Thank you so much for having me.